What is up? It's Colt, back on the Meaty 556 YouTube channel. Starting off, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's commented, liked, subscribed. The Glock 43X video is approaching 25,000 views, and if you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. It's pretty funny. And there might be a couple bits of information that might be beneficial to you, but thank you everybody for watching that. It's been really cool to see that video grow. I'm trying to grow this page into, you know, just a low-key budget talking about guns page. And I just aimlessly ramble. I don't edit these, and they're filmed on a phone. So, you know, you're getting real stuff. And yeah, you guys seem to like it. So like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. I really appreciate it. It gives me a little motivation to keep this rocking and rolling. So today I want to talk about a gun I picked up the other day and kind of do a little comparison and an update on the Glock 45 MOS. So I'll start with the update. The Harrington Arms comp is on, and it is well. I actually commented one time on Reddit, and I'll eat crow when I'm wrong. I'll eat crow, and today I'm gonna do that. I was trained by guys that were like, you don't need a comp on a 9mm. Oh, there's no recoil anyway, just grip the gun. And I tended to believe that until I shot a comped 9mm. This is a micro comp. This is their 9C micro comp. And one, it keeps crap off of your flashlight because there's no port at the bottom. Oh yeah, for YouTube, these are clear. Clear. Nothing's loaded, nothing's getting loaded. The comp on this, it's a micro comp, so if you have a really big comp, I guess sometimes it won't run lighter ammunition. I run dirt cheap crap ammunition through all my guns because I'm broke, and when I go to shoot, I can't be shooting super bougie ammo unless somebody sponsors me with some ammo. As of right now, I'm buying everything myself, and I'm shooting on my own dime, so I gotta be cognizant of what I'm shooting and what I'm spending. I limit myself on ammo because I'll sit there and I'll run through 500 rounds if I don't limit myself. But this thing has run everything I've shot through it. I had my buddy Darren Loctite it on because I didn't have any Loctite on hand, and he's a gunsmith, and he Loctited this thing on, and now it's rock solid with the set screws on the bottom. Has 2 set screws that lock it on, and I went with a generic Glock barrel from Harrington Arms website. They said it's not actually Glock, but it works. And this thing, I had my wife shoot it. This thing has, I would say, 30% less recoil. It is what they call in the industry a flat shooter now, and you can't notice it on the front of the gun until you are trying to until you're trying to like put it back in your holster. Sometimes it gets hung up on stuff, but with this big flashlight on there, it's almost the same length. And now that I've put this on, I realize I just made a Ronin build. I think that's what it's called. So, I mean, that guy must have had something going on. I don't really know too much about it, but I pretty much made my own Ronin build. Big flashlight, big comp, big light, whatever. But if you're thinking about doing the comp thing, I got this from a buddy for 50 bucks, and the barrel was 85. I talked about it in the Glock off video, and yeah, dude, worth it. Definitely worth it. I'm a big fan. And unfortunately, now I have to run Glock 34 holsters because this is 0.97 inches long, and it won't fit in a 17 holster, so I have to run a little bit bigger holster. But dude, it's worth it. This thing is slick, and it shoots so flat now that I'm gonna keep it. It's cool. I said in the last video if I was gonna hate it, I'd get rid of it, but I like it. So, and it looks kind of punchy on there. So that's that. Now to talk about this bad Larry. This is, once again, clear. This is the FNS-9C. All right. I was hoping this would be a Glock 19 killer. or a Glock 26 killer. When I picked it up with the mag in it. I picked it up from a friend at the pawn shop. He sold it to me at a really good deal. The price on this was about $300. And he said that to me. He's like, $300 out the door after fees and tax and everything. And I was like, you know what, man? I'll try it, because I'm a Glock boy, and I wanted to see if I could get something going with a different brand or find something else I like aside from just Glock. Not that Glocks are a problem. I just like to experiment. I like to experience different guns and different handguns especially. And I had this old light laying around that my buddy gave me in a trade. I gave him some gear, and he threw this at me. So it's a TLR-1 HL high lumen. Anyway, this gun, right? It's a 9mm double stack. It is double action, so you get a halfway decent trigger pull. It's not great, but it's not awful. It has this silly like half dingus trigger compared to a Glock has the center dingus. I shot it, right? I shot it. It's a 3.6 inch barrel. It's 23 ounces, 23.4 ounces. And it's a little shorter than a 45, so it's a little shorter than a 19. And it honestly gives Glock 26 vibes when you have a flush mag in it. Because you can only get 2 fingers on this thing. All right, I threw this massive flashlight on it just because I had it, but without the flashlight on, I'll take it off real quick. Without the flashlight on, right, it gives Glock 26 vibes, maybe a little shorter than a 26. With this bad Larry in here, it kind of just mimics the 45. But I paid $300, right? Not a terrible deal. I mean, it is FN. FN's well known. They make the Scar. And they're Belgium, now they're made in Columbia, South Carolina, but they're Belgium company, and they're cool. I was like, oh, this will be my first FN. I'll try it out. Took it to the range. It's accurate. I noticed that the sights are hold-on sights, so if you have your sight over what you want to hit, that's where you are. Versus Glock is kind of, you have like combat sights where you hold underneath it, where you can see where you're hitting. Is kind of like pumpkin on a post kind of style. This is hold on, which I had to get used to for a minute. I run dots on everything now, so this is my first iron sight only gun that I've shot in a while. But the gun itself was $300. Came with 1 mag, and it's the big boy mag, 17 rounds, so 17 plus 1 if you carry one in the tube like a man. I threw a light on it that I got for free. And honestly, I might leave it in the safe and just have it for shits and gigs, but I wouldn't buy it again. I don't really love the dingus trigger. I know everybody says it locks as soon as you get pressure on it, and you can't feel the difference. In my eyes, anytime there's a fulcrum point, you're going to have some play and some slop in there. And even if it's during my take-up or if it's during my trigger press, I noticed it. I didn't love it. For you lefties out there, I think this would be a viable option because they do have ambi slide catch, slide release, and the mag will release from both sides. It is more prominent on the right-hander's side than the left-hander's side, but it will release with both hands, which is kind of sick for you lefties out there. Sights are decent. They're metal. But this thing has a MSRP of like $600. So it's right in that ballpark of like high, like MOS ready Glocks. If you wanted to buy something that's not Glock, I would say this is a decent grab. I just wouldn't buy it again. The front slide serrations are nice to have, but for some reason these ones are real sharp because they meet the shoulder of this slide. And I noticed I didn't love grabbing those slide serrations on the front. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. I paid $300. It's got the FDE slide on it, which looks kind of sick with the black. it looks cool. That's why I bought it. It looks cool, and it was $300. So you can't really, for a functioning firearm that comes with a mag, and I already had a light for it. You can't, beggars can't be choosers. You can't really complain about that price point at $300. And look at your local pawn shops, because you'll find used guns at affordable prices and quality guns. Like, you know, the FN is gonna run, right? I do a little check with mine and make sure the firing pins are good now. I bought a 380 at one point that the firing pin was broken, and I didn't know it, and I bought it and I had to take it back. Just stick a pen down a 9mm, drop the trigger on it, firing pin will hit the pen and the pen will move. It's a good little test. I know people might be like, it's bad for the firing pin. Well, if you're trying to figure out if it works, it's one way to do it. But yeah, FNS-9C 9mm double stack. If you can find them cheap, I wouldn't be mad if you bought it. I mean, it's your money, but I paid $300. I'll run it every once in a blue moon. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. That's a review. All right. Stay tuned for more. I'm gonna go over some budget AR stuff here in the next couple videos. So hope you enjoy. Later. Thanks, Girth Gang.